Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining the Redington virtual seminars. Today, we have a session on SonicWall Secure Mobile Access, and the speaker for today will be Javed Ali. He will be running you through the presentation, and we have a small Q&A session at the end of the presentation. He will be answering all your questions. I would request you to please put in all your questions in the Q&A box, and we will make sure that we answer all of them. Javed, over to you.
Good evening, guys. Welcome you all. I'm Javed from Redington Pre-Sales for SonicWall. In today's session, we are going to cover the Secure Mobile Access, which is our remote access product. And along with that, we'll give a little bit brief introduction about other solutions as well, which can be pushed during this kind of pandemic and lockdown situation. First, let me start with the secure mobile access. So secure mobile access, what it will do, I will give some brief introduction before starting the presentation. In firewall, after this lockdown came and they did not expect this number of users will be working from home, and usually less than 20% of user in the enterprise will be working from the home. So during that case, they may be buying the VPN licenses, the SSL VPN licenses, the IPsec global client licenses, and they will be connected to the corporate office. Even the roaming users, the work from home can be possible with that 20% of user. So now the situation is entirely changed, and we can see more than 99% of users working from the home. So in this case, firewall VPN, the SSL VPN kind of things is very limited. You can see in the for example, if you take the TZ firewall in SonicWall, there won't be much user connected to the SSL VPN. You don't have such number of count can connect to the VPN. And global client VPN, there will be some performance related things. You can't establish the tunnels, there will be some limited tunnels in the IPsec global VPN client as well. So it will impact the performance of your perimeter firewall. So we have these kind of challenges during this pandemic situation. In this session, we are going to cover how we are going to resolve these kind of issues, and what are all the other things apart from the secure mobile access. What are all the other products are there and which will reduce the attack surface of the enterprise. And we have, other than that, we have cloud app security, and cloud app security is like a CASB solution, which will prevent you from the zero-day attacks, phishing, and all the email attacks happening over the cloud, Office 365 and G Suite environments. And it can also protect your applications, all the cloud related applications. And other than that, we have endpoint product also, which is called Capture Client. It will protect you from the zero-day attacks and all kinds of things. It has vulnerability protection, the EDR, everything integrated into single lightweight product. So currently, I will start with the SMA Secure Mobile Access. Then we'll go one by one. So anytime, anywhere, business has changed the shape of the IT landscape. So now everything changed. All the users, they are working and they are accessing the corporate resources at any time, and they are working from the home. So these kind of things changing the entire IT landscape. So we are no more under the control of the perimeter firewall. We should have some solution which will prevent the attack and security breaches happening in the endpoints. So you can see here, this is the global cases of COVID. So we did not expect this kind of things. We did not anticipated this kind of things. This many work from home, and these things will happen. And You can see here, this is some of the major companies which adopted the work from home um, facilities, and Google is there, Amazon is there, and Apple is there. So all these companies asked employees to work from home, and coronavirus forces world's largest work from home experiment. Suddenly, as I said earlier, suddenly from 20% of work from home resources will be changed changed to more than 95 percentage of work from home. So in this case, there will be lots of attack vectors emerged, and how we are going to resolve it, we'll see one by one. And distributed system like this work from home will create the threat landscape, and lots of attacks will be there. So nowadays the attacks are different. The encrypted attacks are there, fileless attacks are there, and there will be the memory related exploits are there, and phishing things. Actually, they are doing the social engineering, and they are collecting the individual enterprise users and doing the spear phishing kind of things. So we'll see how we can prevent these kind of there are lots of threat landscape which is introduced, and there is lots of new attacks that is happening across the world. And you can see lots of articles related to the COVID thing, and the attackers are targeting the COVID related phishing and scam, so that we won't the user won't think twice before clicking the link. They will think like this is legitimate URL or something. Once they click that, then only they come to know what whether it establishes the CNC channel with the hacker network, or it leads to the attack. They don't aware about that. They just if the mail and everything received as per the situation through social engineering and this kind of COVID related scam and phishing, then user will just click that, and it will leads to the security breaches, identity theft and security breaches. So how do I keep my business operational while mitigating risk? Um, so this is the key question arises in everyone's mind. How do I keep my business operational while mitigating the risk? And you are having exposure in all these things. After this lockdown and pandemic situation, you will have the problem in all these threat vectors, and you have mobile access thing, and cloud related problems, threats, and endpoint related threats. You need to resolve all these things. There is lots of security landscape, right? Phishing, the encrypted threads, the attacks coming in non-standard ports, and memory-related exploits and threats, which will be and scriptless attacks, like it will be coming in JavaScript, PowerShell script, and VB script. Once they executed, then only it will show the malicious behavior. Before that, we cannot find out using the signature or anything. So IoT attacks also happening, and the identity theft mechanism attacks also happening, and there are lots of never before seen variants of malwares which are happening across the globe. We need to prevent each and everything. And during the work from home, we are rushed to allow these kind of things. All the employees work from home at the same time. Usually it will be 20%. Now it is more than 95 percentage. So there will be some challenges related to the capacity. So as I said earlier, in SSL VPN or IPsec Global VPN, you can enable the tunnel for 20 percentage of user, but all 100% there will be the problem. There will be the capacity related problems, and you need to implement it very fastly. You cannot go to each home and configure the endpoint security products, or you cannot do anything. So in this case, you need to implement the solution easily and very fast. And third criteria, you need to maintain the data security. There will be number of uncontrolled endpoints and a number of uncontrolled networks. You need to make sure whether security is there or not. And guys, this is very important. Lots of customers doing these things, and they are just enabling the RDB port access on the perimeter firewall. They will just open the port 3389, which is well-known port for the remote desktop, and they will just enable this port in the perimeter firewall, and they are accessing the internal resource through the RDB, which will cause the very critical attacks and security breaches. So lots of ransomware attack happen during these things also, only when they enable the RDB on the perimeter firewall. It will leads to the brute force attack, and again they will try to do the ransomware and any kind of things. And it requires two-factor authentication. Two-factor authentication is the main thing. Like Okta or lots of regional players are there for the one-time password. The Okta is there, and Google is there, and Microsoft is there, and lots of software two-factor authentication related softwares are there. And our SonicWall supports everything. Whatever supports SAML 2.0, the SonicWall product supports everything. So you can make use of this two-factor authentication. It will relieve you from the weak password, the complexity of the password setting mechanism, and these things. And yeah, ransomware, just it will do if we enable the RDB or something, it will be exposed to the ransomware attack. So what are all the immediate challenges you are facing after the lockdown? Access the laptop, access the desktop via RDB. It can be done either through the HTML clientless, or it can be done through the RDB via tunnel. And access file shares. It can be done using SSL VPN or IPsec tunnel. And secure or restricted file access can be done through the file sharing applications, and access internal resource. So this can be through the tunnel or virtual office proxy. We have a solution for all these things, and let's see how we are going to resolve these problems. This is SonicWall solutions for secure remote connectivity, and you can see here the firewall, the SSL VPN and IPsec VPN are there. So, but there will be some scalability related problems. In TZ series, it will support up to 20 users only. And IPsec VPN also, there will be some scalable related issues. So in case if you want to increase the number of users or spike in the remote users happening, then you have to use our next generation product, which is called smart secure mobile access product. So we have hardware based product as well as the virtual products also there. And if you have any public cloud, like if customer has any account in public cloud like AWS or Azure, still they can make use of this secure mobile access product. So secure mobile access, we have lots of products. The 100 series, under the 100 series, we have lots of hardware products. Under the 1000 series also, we have lots of product. For 100 series, it will support up to 250 users, and the 1000 series, it will support more than 250 users. The primary focus on this call, it is to provide the best solution for the customer during this pandemic situation. So we recommend bundling with the not only the secure mobile access, we recommend bundling with our capture client, which is our endpoint security product, and cloud application security also there. As I said earlier, this is our CASB solution to prevent against the mail related attacks and to protect your cloud applications. So we are giving bundling offer, the discount for all these products. The secure mobile access, SMA product, and capture client, and cloud app security. So through secure mobile access, what you can achieve? The secure mobile access, any device and anyone, anywhere and anytime. they any kind of platform, like you can have your iOS client or the Windows client, the Mac client. It will support everything at any time. So you just need to install the SME appliance at your office, and it will create the VPN. It could be on-demand VPN or always-on VPN. So whenever your Windows device is switched on, it will be connected to the corporate office. So you will have the perfect visibility in your corporate office firewall, the perimeter, regarding all the user traffic and everything, and you will have full visibility and compliance. And in addition to that, in secure mobile access, we are supporting control full or permissible access to the data, resource, and application hosted across on-prem, the cloud, and the hybrid data centers. Your applications may be for example, lots of customers using the CRM, ERP applications or any web applications, which could be hosted inside the corporate office, on-prem, or in the cloud, or in the public cloud, or in the hybrid data centers. They can keep it anywhere, anywhere, like any kind of location. Still, you can access it securely through the secure mobile access, the SMA product. Apply multiple access layer security. So what are all the security wise, what are all the solutions we have in SMA? Identity based policy enforced access controls. So for overall organizations, you can have the identity based solution, which can be integrated to your Active Directory and Radius server, TACAX server, or any of the two-factor authentication device which will support the SAML 2.0, like Okta or Google Duo or Microsoft Azure AD. You can integrate any kind of MFA products. And context-aware device authentication also possible, and application level VPN. When you access any certain applications, then it will be going through the secure tunnel. And geolocations policy and geo IP filter can also be possible. It can also be configured in SMA. And in addition to that, this is the very important feature: advanced threat protection, know the unknown. So you are protecting, for example, when you are giving access to the file sharing applications, user may upload, any of the user may be infected with the malware or any suspicious zero-day attacks or anything. When they upload it to the corporate internal server, it will leads to the very critical attack, because the same application, the file server application, is accessible to everyone across the corporate office or everyone across the enterprise. So one user uploaded the infected file. When other user open that, the malware will be propagated across the enterprise users. So we should prevent the unknown attacks in this case. So we have the capture ATP, the capture advanced threat protection, which is our sandboxing solution, advanced sandboxing solution. It will protect you from all kinds of major attacks, zero-day attacks, time latent attacks, polymorphic attacks, the CPU level attacks, the memory level attacks. Everything can be prevented using the sandboxing solution. So when user trying to upload any files to the file sharing applications, it will be checked against the capture ATP cloud. If the file is trusted and the verdict is given, trusted verdict is given, then only the file will be uploaded into the file sharing applications. Otherwise, it will just block it. And in addition to that, you have choice of SMA appliance. SMA appliance available in the hardware. As I said, the 100 series and 1000 series are there. The physical appliance can also be possible, and virtual appliance. Virtual appliance can be installed very quickly. We have SMA 500V and 8200V appliance. It can be installed in just few clicks. It won't take much time for the installation. Also, there will be some SMA image ISO file. It can be downloaded from the mysonicwall.com, and once you have access to the ESXi or Hyper-V environment, in just few clicks you can install that and you can configure that. It won't give you more difficulty in the configurations. And cloud deployments also possible in case the customer has a public cloud environment like AWS or Azure. Still, you can host your SMA device into that. And these are all the different types of appliance. Virtual appliance, as I said earlier, it can support up to 250 to 5,000 users. In this case, you don't need to pay for the virtual appliance. This is zero cost for you. SMA 500V and SMA 8200V will be zero cost. You don't need to pay for the device. You just need to pay for the number of users only, number of users and support only. You don't need to pay for the ISO. And the physical appliance also there, which has the 100 series and 1000 series, and public cloud also there. So it can be purchased through the public cloud environment, or it can be download. It can be installed using the ISO file, and and in addition to that, we have the product called CM, the centralized management product. So here with the centralized management product, you can enable the global load balancing, GTO, and global high availability active cluster, and zero impact failure and global mesh network. For example, here, let's say Redington has 3 branches across the Dubai, across the UAE. One branch in Dubai, and one branch in Abu Dhabi, and one branch in Sharjah. So we have 3 branches. So we'll install SMA appliance in all 3 branches. The SMA 1 will be in Dubai, 2 will be in Abu Dhabi, 3 will be in Sharjah. So in case and three branches will have 50 concurrent users connected every time. Let's say in 3 branches, overall 150 users, they are connected to 3 branches, 50 users, 50 users every time. So in case my Dubai SMA appliance is failed, then all the users available there will be connected to the Abu Dhabi SMA appliance, or else the Sharjah SMA appliance. So this kind of global traffic load balancing also there, the active cluster also there, the zero impact failure. For example, any ongoing session, the TCP session, if anything is going on with the backend server, the session will be remains active only. It won't be left over, like it won't be recreated, or you won't lose any data during the failover. So which can be by default, the GTO features won't be enabled in the SMA. When you have the centralized management product, then only you will have this kind of GTO available. So virtual office applications, you may have lots of virtual office applications which can be integrated using these SMA appliance. And this is how our secure mobile access console will look like. So here you will see the bookmarks page and support page and HR page. So bookmark and application bookmark can be created for each and every applications. So whenever the user no need to maintain anything, once they have access to the secure mobile access with the VPN, then they can click any of these link and they can connect to the backend server. So you don't need to authenticate regularly for each and every application. For example, when you are connecting to the Office 365 environment through the SMA, there will be some authentication happen. Again, when you are connecting to the backend server in your CRM or ERP server, which is inside your office, there will be some authentication happen. It won't be like that. So only one time the authentication, the multi-factor authentication or any kind of authentication will happen. And after that, you will have connectivity to all the applications. So this is called a federated single sign-on. This feature also available with the product. So as I said, the SME also supports one-time password, the two-factor authentication. We are supporting all major vendors like Okta, OneLogin, Ping Identity, Duo, and Microsoft Authenticator, Google Authenticator, and anything. So this will be the low-cost implementation and seamless user experience will be there. So whatever product supports the SAML 2.0, we can integrate for the two-factor authentication purpose. And we have always on VPN facility and on-demand VPN facility also, features also. And with always on VPN, whenever your Windows is turned on and connected to the internet, then it will automatically establish the VPN with your SME appliance. So all the traffic will be going through the corporate, and by this way you can ensure the security and compliance, and you will gain full visibility of the traffic. This we already explained. This is our capture ATP, how it will work. So inside the enterprise, you will have the file sharing applications, and roaming users or the work from home users will try to upload some files or any infected files into the backend server, the file sharing server. So during that case, during that time, the SMA product will check all these files against the capture ATP, whether it will do the malware scanning, zero-day protection, and it can even perform the audit and compliance and everything. So capture ATP is add-on for the secure mobile access. And this we already explained the high availability and traffic optimization. Uh, so the users, any number of users can be connected to any number of branches. If you have SME appliances in 3-4 branches, you don't need to maintain some concurrent number of licenses in each and every branches. So the licenses will be consolidated everywhere. For example, if you have 3 branches, 150 users can connect to any number of any SMA appliance which is deployed across the states. So you can enable everywhere, and this kind of flexible licensing support also there. And in case of any failover also, it won't cause you any session re-establishment or any kind of issues. So your session will be always active when you have the you can see in the right hand side there will be some central management server, which is our CMS server. This will be integrated with all the SMA product. So the SMA product can be configured easily and managed easily through the centralized management server. So from these we can configure the GTO, the traffic load balancer, the active kind of failover thing. Everything we can configure through the CMS. You can see in the diagram the number of users are changing, like in the SMA 8200V left hand side, and in the right hand side the number of users from 5 users were in the Apex, and it is changing to 45 users. So it is supporting the dynamic licensing model, so there is no problem. The license can be reallocated frequently. The SME is completed. The secure mobile access is completed. In the last slide, we'll see about the SKU, how it will be looking like, and how to create the BOQ and all. And before that, let's go into this cloud source, which is our CASB solution. And with the clouds, so what cloud app security, this is our CASB solution. This is also very much essential during this kind of pandemic situation, because attackers are making use of mail related things. The phishing attack, fear phishing mails are received using the COVID keyword, and so we need to make sure this kind of thing never happen. And we have the cloud app security product. So this is also bundled. It can be provided with the discount. If you buy the SME appliance, the endpoint security and cloud app security, three will be bundled together, and you will get a very good discount for this. And with what kind of security problem the cloud app security will resolve? It can be integrated to your Office 365 G Suite environment. So email is your number one threat vector. So we are reducing the attacks happening over the mail using the cloud app security and credential compromise. As I said earlier, through phishing, lots of identity theft, lots of account takeover attacks are happening. So we are preventing that using the credential compromise features, and phishing schemes also there. Fear phishing, targeted phishing, everything can be stopped using our CASB product. And the malware, the cloud app security has integrated with the capture ATP also. So in case of any zero-day attacks or something happen over the mail or any of the cloud apps, it can protect you from that. And social engineering. So business email compromise, some of the high level profile users mail ID will be used for the spamming, and they will get the money. The hacker will get the money from the CFO or something. So these kind of social engineering things and business email compromise attacks can also be prevented. And data loss prevention, this is for the outgoing mails, outbound emails. And we can even configure the data loss prevention in all the cloud related apps. So data leakage is not kind of any attacks, but it is also leads to the security breaches. So and the security violations can happen without knowingly or unknowingly user can upload the sensitive data somewhere else. So we can protect using the DLP mechanism. So we are supporting all these features in our cloud app security. Deployment takes in few minutes because there will be two kinds of mail solution. There will be some gateway level email solution, and there will be CASB level email solution. So with gateway level email solution, it will be very difficult for you. Like you need to change the MX record, you need to change the DNS entry, and you need to configure everything, and you need to make sure business continuity feature is there. And all these things need to be done for the any gateway level products. But in this case, CASB product, it won't take you much time. It can work in the monitor as well as prevent mode. You just need to sign in and select and authorize the SaaS applications, and you can configure and monitor. In 3 clicks, you can configure the CASB solution. It will be very easy, and there is no appliance required to deploy, and there is no clients also for the user level to install. So everything will be based on API only. Uh, all your cloud apps will be connected through the cloud API, and your Office 365 and G Suite mailboxes will be connected through the mail flow rule. So in this case, any attacks happen during the real time. For example, any suspicious things or any zero-day attacks will happen over the mail. It can protect you in the real time only. It won't take much time to give the verdict. Through the mail flow rule, it will happen in few seconds. So this is SonicWall Cloud app security. So we are protecting. This is next generation security for the SaaS app. We are protecting protecting all these things. Whatever giving in the left hand side, the anti-phishing, ransomware, zero-day protection, account takeover mechanism. Account takeover mechanism protection usually happen. This account takeover usually happens through the phishing only. So if we control the phishing, we can reduce the account takeover attacks and everything. So and DLP and compliance checking also there. So all these features provided by the cloud app security. So we'll come to the endpoint now. So we have advanced capture client, the SonicWall capture client, which is our endpoint solution. So we have a partnership with the Sentinel-1, and the next generation AV client protection can be provided to the Sentinel-1 vendor. And we have Capture ATP, which is our sandboxing solution. You can have integration with the Capture ATP and the device control, the category-based URL control, and for the forensic analysis, we have the EDR, and we can support the Windows and Mac agent, and we are going to release for the IPS also, the vulnerability protection, and the enhanced web content filtering, the client localization, Active Directory integration, and application risk management. You will get all these features in one single client. And with web content filtering, you can control the category based thing, not only the reputation based URL, whether the risky site should be blocked or not. It's not like that. You can even control the category based URL. So this is how our console look like. You can see here threat protection, capture ATP, trusted certificates, and this trusted certificate is the main feature. Nowadays, more than 70% of attacks traffic going to the internet is SSL traffic only. So in case of any firewall deployment or anything, you need to enable the encryption. Otherwise, the perimeter firewall is no use. So for that, you will need the trusted root certificate, which need to be pushed to all the users, which is very difficult task, and it will lead to lots of troubleshooting and everything. In this case, our capture ATP, our capture client will have the capability of the trusted certificate, managing the trusted certificate as well. So you can push the trusted even after enabling the encryption. You can push the certificate through this capture client, the endpoint management console. And we have this is platform independent, and we have the application risk features also. So it can inspect each and every applications installed in your endpoint, and it will do the application risk. And we have the Sonic Wave the Wi-Fi access point also, so which will be integrated with the SMA and everything. And you have the zero touch process. Everything can be managed through the cloud only. You don't need to configure everything in the on-prem. Like you don't need the access of the box in on-prem. Once you connect the box to the internet, all the configurations will be pushed automatically. So we covered all these things for mobile access. We for a lesser number of users, we saw about that. We have seen about that SSL VPN, IPsec VPN, and for the more number of users, more than 99% of enterprise users, we suggest the solution called Secure Mobile Access. It has all the features like what we said. It has two-factor authentication and bookmark features for all the applications, and federated single sign-on features, and always-on VPN, and on-demand VPN features also there, and capture ATP features also there for the malware check, and we have the active thing, and dynamic licensing feature, and the global traffic load balancer feature. So we saw all these features in the mobile access, and in the cloud sandboxing, in the cloud SaaS, which is our CASB solution. We saw all the features related to the security things available in the CASB product, which is phishing, identity theft takeover, and cloud application integration, and two-factor authentication, and capture ATP available there, and how we are preventing the fear phishing and targeted phishing using that product. We covered all these things in CASB solution. And for the endpoint, you will have lightweight endpoint agent, which will include EDR, the signature based, the advanced attacks using the artificial intelligence and machine learning. So you will have the systematic way of protecting the threats, and it can be integrated with the SonicWall firewall as well. So you will have all these features covered in the endpoint. So that's it. Our session is completed, and if you have any questions, you can ask now. I got one question. What is the difference between SSL and global VPN? The SSL VPN, the name itself, it's saying this is the application level thing. It will be working in the application layer only. So both of the VPN will have the same kind of functionality. The functionality wise, it will be same. The security wise and configuration wise and underlying protocol, it will be different. For example, the global VPN, global IPsec VPN will be working at the layer 3, and SSL VPN will be working at the layer 7. So this is the main difference in the SSL and IPsec VPN. And how fast SSL VPN connectivity via SonicWall firewall compared to RDP applications like Citrix and Citrix or Parallels, etc. So SonicWall SSL VPN, you don't have any kind of problems. You just need to connect, and it will be based on your ISP capacity only. If ISP provide good bandwidth and everything, it will be connected and working seamlessly. There won't be any challenges. There may be some challenges with the client, maybe your the driver or something, but it is not giving you any challenges with the working wise. So you will have the seamless connectivity. You don't have any problems with the SSL VPN. The Citrix, this thing and all, it will be using the Zen desktop or thin client kind of things. But SSL is better mechanism compared to other Citrix or any other products. Someone asked, kindly share the presentation. Sure, we will share you the presentation, and we will publish this video in the YouTube also, so you can go through all these things. And is there any other questions? Okay, guys. Thanks for joining the session, and thank you all.
Yes, thank you, Javed. I hope there are no questions now. And we will be sharing the presentation and the recording with the attendees. Thank you, Javed, for the wonderful session, and thank you, attendees, for attending Redington Value virtual webinar session.